All righty, guys, let's stand for a word of prayer. Lupe, could you hit the Zoom button on the back? Because we obviously have people missing. Just orange. Orange. Up you go, friends. Nice and tall. Nice and tall. All right. Big stretch. Big stretch. Little stretch. All right. Ready? And inhale. Deep breath, hold. And birthday candle. Deep breath, inhale. Hold. And exhale. Let's pray. Search me, God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. See if there is any offensive way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. Amen. All right, folks. Turn to the front of today's lesson. Get out your cell phones. Get out your cell phones. Yes, sir. Quickly, sir. Yes. Cell phone and or planners. A couple of you actually have a physical planner, which I think is delightful. The rest of you are dependent on your cell phones, whatever works. So my analogy is this. You are swimming at 200 butterflies at the last 15 yards. If you've ever had to swim that, you know what that feels like. No fun. It is the last of the 440 relay. You have the baton in your hand. You are what they call the anchor, and you are turning around the last corner. Legs burning, lungs about to explode. It is the last 5 minutes of a clutch Warriors game. For some crazy reason, they are down 7 points, and they're still going to make it from 7 behind. They have to tell themselves not to give up first. It is the last, whatever analogy of your sport is, the bottom of the ninth, 2 people on a base, 2 outs kind of a thing. Okay, that is this week. This and the next lesson are the last 2 lessons of new information. Tonight is the last night of preview notes. 4.4 is your last one. Next class, we'll kind of have a summary lesson, a chance for extra credit. You have a take-home practice quiz, the next homework. And then you take just a quiz, 50-point quiz, including a couple Alex cycles and written on Monday. And then we have a couple review days for finals, and then finals next following week. And we're done. Question, Z. Yes, sir. What's up? No? Okay. So, yes.
How many questions is the final going to be?
Completely meaningless. And my reason is your ability to judge length of finals by number of questions is meaningless in this class, because we can take tests where I literally give you 4 questions. It'll still take you an hour. So it'll take you the whole period. Most people will take the whole period. All righty, folks. No, I'm not in the habit of attempting to prepare you guys for any of my assessments. I'm sorry, sweetheart. There's a smile under this mask here. That's called sarcasm. Yes, of course, Z. I tend to prepare you for everything that I try to do. So yes, you will get a study guide. Khalid, yes? You will have questions in which I require you to explain something. Is it a 5-paragraph essay? No, this is a math class. Garrison, lights please. Okay, ready. You're about to see an image. I want complete silence for 10 seconds. Just stare at it. Do nothing else. Quietly. Do this with me. Put your fingers by your eyeballs and repeat after me. Say, I do not see with these. Put your hand in the back of your head. Say, I see with this. Do it again. Put your fingers by your eyeballs. Say, I do not see with these. Hand in the back of your head. Say, I see with this.
I see with this.
You were lied to at some point in your life when you were told your eyeballs is what make you see. It is not. They simply transmit light signals that hit your visual cortex, which is in your occipital lobe, which is the backside of your brain. And your brain interprets the light signals and creates an image that you, quote unquote, see. Let me explain to you this phrase. Perception is everything. Because you see with your brain, not your eyeballs. Ready? Tell a neighbor, what is the very first thing you saw when you looked at this image? Go. Okay. Just out of curiosity, how many of you saw the vase immediately? That was the first thing you saw. Okay, that's fine. No, I know. I said first thing. Okay, raise your hand if the first thing you saw was the faces. Okay, can you all see both at this moment?
Yes.
Okay, if you said no, talk to a neighbor quickly so they can explain it to you. You guys see both? You see both? All right, so you see both? So your brain can switch. Literally, you focus on one thing, you focus on the white, you see the vase. If you focus on the blue, you see the faces. So in the same exact set of light signals, your brain sees two different things. Ready? Again, 10 seconds, no talking. All right, question is this. Let me move this a little higher.
What else am I supposed to see?
I'll give you a heads up just a second. All right, for this, do you see an old hag? Think like Cruella de Vil, old stereotypical gypsy thing, whatever you want to say. An old hag, or do you see a young lady looking over her shoulder? Tell a neighbor what you see. Go.
Look at the nose.
Just out of curiosity, how many of you, the first thing you saw was a young lady looking over her shoulder? Not that I'm the young lady, but, okay, how many of you saw the old hag first? You saw the old hag. You're usually in the minority, yes, okay. How many of you at this moment can see both? Like if you just switch your focus. Great. Less than half of you can see both. Start talking to each other. I'll give you another minute. What's up, Zeke? We appreciate you never passing up the opportunity for a compliment, kiddo. Appreciate it. I'm old enough that I'm no longer just getting siblings. I literally, this is my first year. I had the daughter of a former student. So I appreciate the sensitivity. I had the daughter of a student I had in my classroom years ago. Alrighty guys, for those of you having a hard time finding the old hag, I'll just highlight it. This is a giant nose, nostril, mouth, no teeth, big giant protruding chin, eyeball, eyelash. So it's a sideways, it's called profile if you're in art. Okay, you just now?
I don't see that.
Like I said, big giant nose. Okay, big nose, nostril, eyeball, chin. Okay, my point is this. In the exact same image, you can see two different things, theoretically. I'll put it back up at the end of class. Go to the first page of today's lesson, right here. So you need to be able to switch your perception, not what you see, what you perceive. So here's the scenario. You got a triangle. I'd like you to simply trace the parallel lines. Trace the parallel lines. I'll shortcut this just a bit here. Now, you have to be able to see this image two distinct ways. One would be this. Start tracing. So this is angle, similarity, because they share the top angle corresponding. So these triangles are similar. Why is that important? Once you know things are similar, you can do one of these lovely things with them. Something over something equals something over something. That's one way to look at this image. I'll call that the old hag's way. Another way you can look at the exact same image is this. Focus strictly on the non-parallel segments, which would be this one and this one. And then this one and this one, the non-parallel segments. Those non-parallel segments are also proportional, which means you can do stuff like this, and this is all premised on the fact that you have parallel lines. This does not work if you don't have parallel lines. I could do this. I could go left over right equals left over right. I can go bottom over top equals bottom over top. I could go top over bottom equals top over bottom. Whatever it is you match the sides up and you mirror the direction. So either the triangles are proportional or the segments are proportional. The exact same image, two different ways. That's why we did the optical illusions. Bob your head if that makes sense so far. Yes? Good? Okay, so you can skip this down here. So that, yes, cross it out. I know that makes you happy. Go to the right-hand side. All right. Ready. Start by tracing these parallel lines. I'm telling you they're parallel. So add the arrow feathers because Tanner is noticing that I did not put that notation there. So you're going to add it yourself. The top row you're going to do with me. So I'm going to have you trace and I'm going to go like ta-da. And you're going to shout back the match. It's pretty easy. So you start by tracing. Let me show you what I mean. We're going to do this first one together. Ready? H, I, over X, Y, equals I, J, over what? Y, Z. Ta-da! Great. Let's do the next one. I'll switch colors. IH this time. Look at the direction. Over JI. Trace with me. Trace, 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 trace. X, Y. Three of you, your pencils are not moving. Put your pencil on the paper and trace with me. Ready? And ta-da! What's the match? Like that, folks, right? Okay, yep. Ready? We'll do one more. I'm going to cut you loose for 30 seconds. This one, we're going to start with ZY over YX JI. 3 seconds over what? Beautiful. You're getting the hang of this. Well, that would be IH. Great. I am freezing it. You do the next three on your own. Go. I am freezing it. You do the next three on your own. Trace it out, folks. This is super easy if you physically trace. I'll give you 10 more seconds. And check. With a show of fingers, 1, 2, or 3, how many did you get correct? Go. Show me how many did you get correct. 2, 3, or 1. Quick, show. Jonathan, show me how many did you get correct. Okay, I think you guys get the idea. It's all about match and mirror. Now we're ready to transfer your understanding to one of these.
I got 3 right. Look.
Okay, ready?
I'm drawing in a box.
Here we go. Do not copy me at this time. Don't follow, just watch. Do not copy, just watch. Look at that for 10 seconds. What I just wrote was wrong. With your finger pointing to the screen, explain to one of your neighbors, why is that wrong? Go. Why is it wrong? Fingers pointing to the screen. Christian, talk to Allie, or Brandon, talk to Allie. One of you guys talk. Explain, point. Don't just talk. Point. Point, point, point.
Wouldn't it be? Yeah.
It'd be what? What's wrong?
It should be 9, not 6.
Terrible what? Well, 6 over 9 equals what?
And that's not the whole
Nope.
6 over 9 equals 16 over.
Okay, this is why it's wrong, folks. Watch very carefully. Okay? The match to 6 is what? 9. That's totally legit. That's fine. The match to 7x minus 4 is not 10. What is it? 16. Okay, ready? I like you to do nothing but make a proportion. Don't solve yet. I'm going to ask 3 people what proportions they got. Because I want you to see there's more than one way to do this. The one I just erased, don't do. Because the 6 over 10 was wrong. Fabulous. All righty. Victoria, what proportion are you going to use?
I use 6 over 10 equals 9 over y or x.
The problem with that, what you'd be solving for would be this black squiggle, not that x. Okay? Z, what proportion are you going to use?
6 over 16 equal to 9 over 7x minus 4.
Okay, so 6 over 16 equals 9 over 7x minus 4. How many of you wrote it like that? Yes, that's fine. Okay, did anybody go this way, which is also perfectly fine? Did anybody go 6 over 9 equals 16 over 7x minus 4? Anybody do that method? It's the same method. Who else? You did that one? What's another method somebody used? Jonathan, what'd you use?
The 6 over 16 equals 9.
That's fine too. Anybody use another one? Okay, what it is, guys, cross multiply solve. Go. Raise your hand when you're done, and I will tell you if you're correct. Go. Finish your own math. I'm turning the lights on.
Oh my God.
Cross multiply solve, Jim. Cross multiply solve. That's not 10, that's 16.
Is that?
16. Gotta make sure it says 16 points. Good, got it. You good? Raise your hand, friends. Yes, that's fine.
Times 6 is what, 54? I think it's 54, right?
What'd you get? Yes, you're good.
54.
So Victoria, I now understand that you called that other piece y, and then, that's fine. A little bit kind of a long way of doing it, but it works for you?
Yeah.
Okay, good job. Solve for x, folks. Cross multiply, solve for x. Yep, you're good.
Miss Wade,
Yeah.
should I use my phone as a calculator?
No, you may not. You should not be using a calculator right now. Yes.
I'm on the line.
The key to factoring is, oh, I'm sorry, I should have asked. Yes, you may. Thank you. Do your own work, kiddos. Kiddos, the key to multiplying is not multiplying, it's factoring. We did something wrong. Hold, let's figure out what did you do wrong. You cross multiply. Like that.
Hey, stop cheating. I'm not.
What?
I've seen that. I'm just trying to find out what it goes over.
It just,
Why'd you do
9
it?
times 6 is 54, so that's a 4, carry the 5, 9 times 1 plus 5. Okay, leg off my desk, please, advance it. Yes, great, carry on. Yeah, show me your work.
You said that.
You may use a calculator for that point. Yes, thank you for asking. Point. Technically, that's what I was looking for, but that's fine too. Good job. Raise your hand, folks, when you're done. Let me check your value of x. Yes, yes, good job. Sweetheart, you are making life way too hard. Nate, which one did you use? The black or the red? Did you use the black one? Yes? Okay. Friends, those of you walking through the weeds of things in the hundreds, you need to learn the thing called the key to multiplying is not multiplying. It's factoring. So watch. 7x minus 4 equals 9, parentheses 16. If you're multiplying 9 times 16, cut it out. Okay, now watch. Just watch, kiddos. We're going to divide this out. Divide this out. That's perfectly fine. All right, I'm going to reduce 6 and 9.
Wait, this way?
Yes.
You could like.
I could totally distribute that and do the long way too, Jonathan.
Oh, you can?
Sure. You're just going to end up with numbers that most of you want to grab calculators for. But if you can resist that temptation, be my guest. 3 goes in there 3 times. 3 goes in there twice. 2 goes into 16, 8. So, Nate, are you tracking with me, sir? What is 3 times 8, Nate? There we are. Can you take it from there, sir? That way you're out of the weeds of 100 and something, which most of you want to grab calculators for. Good job. All right, students, some of you are not quite ready to be left alone, which I totally get. If you would like to do this top entire problem with me, roll up to the front so I don't shout at the whole class. You want to do this problem with me, roll up close. I don't want to shout at the whole class. Come join the party. I'll do the whole problem with you. And end of the day, projecting, it starts making me dizzy. So I gotta lower the volume of my voice. Come over here, Brendan, come over here. I'm getting a little dizzy. A little over here, kiddo. That's fine, a little over here. I just don't wanna have to shout at the whole class. Okay, so let's just identify our variables. We're just gonna highlight them. Okay, we got A there, I'm gonna color code, and we got B and we got C. You okay so far? Yeah. Great. Every single one of these is proportional, which means you can do one of these B's. So for A, we're just gonna do it verbally. Please don't write anything down. I want you to see that there's more than one way to do it. I give 2, and you shout back the possibility. I could do 9 over A equals what over what? 9 over A. 3 over 2. Do you catch that? Yeah. So I could do 9 over A equals what? 3 over 2. I could do this. A over 9. Are you catching where I'm going with it? Yeah. Then say it out loud, Jonathan. Okay, so I could do A over 2. Lupe, this one's yours. No, A over 2 would equal what? 9 over 3. Great. Back to you, Jonathan. I could do 3 over 9 equals what?
2, right?
All of those would work. So which one do you want to do?
9 over 3.
You want to go this way? That's fine. 9 over 3 equals, Jonathan, what's the other?
A over 2.
A over 2, that's totally fine. Make my A look like an A. We're going to cross multiply. And we are doing 9 and 2, 3 and A. Jack, explain, why didn't I multiply 9 times 2? The key to multiplying is? Factoring. Great. So what am I going to do with that 3, sir?
Factor it.
Okay. So the 3 goes into?
9.
9. How many times?
3 times.
And so A equals what?
6.
Beautiful. Ta-da. Let's go for B now. The only reason why I make it a habit is as the numbers get bigger, it gets harder for students to multiply and divide. If you want to do it the long way, Jack, and that makes sense to you,
Easier for my brain.
that's fine. If it's not broken, I won't fix it. Okay, what I don't want you guys is grabbing calculators. That's what I'm trying to avoid. Okay, you may not touch a calculator until you get to page 6, friends. Lupe, give us a something over something for B. B over. Okay, you're gonna go this way. Great. What's a match? B over 4 equals? Okay, there's a problem, Jack. Why can't I use C over 3?
Because it's two proportions.
Yeah, I have two variables now. So what can I do besides, I can use B over 4. Lupe, what could I use instead of C over 3? Find a set that has nothing but numbers there. The 3 and 2. Am I going 2 over 3 or 3 over 2? You are so correct. Cross multiply, solve. Do you see, Jack? You can go up. Do you see that? I could use 3 over 2 again.
Oh, got it.
There's no rule that says you have to go down. That's what I mean by match and mirror. Cross multiply, solve. B equals what?
6.
Great. You guys do C on your own? Raise your hand when you're done. Do C on your own. Raise your hand when you are done.